Hello, hello. It is Jay Foss. It's a little past 1 in the morning locally for me, and Soul Exchange is out. Looks like the leak again was correct. Um, Basically, at least on the English speaking side in the Empires and Puzzles forum, there's a guy that either leaked it or confirmed it when someone else leaked it every time, and he's been correct via data mining or some similar method. I believe it's Eliati or something. And that's in the Soul Exchange master thread in the forums. And the Russian community has someone that does it on Telegram. I believe the German community has someone who does it too, but I don't speak Russian and German anyway. They predicted it a couple days ago. It leaked, and it's correct again. So we'll go through them real quick. For me personally, I have everyone in the top row. I have no one in the middle row, and then in the bottom row I have Alfric and Phaline, so there's 8 that I do not have. But going through this top row, I mean, she's fine. I'd be hesitant if you only have like 12 or 13 heroes and you just want something. The gap in quality is such that I would probably wait till the next one. I mean, none of these heroes are terrible. This is obviously a fast support hero. You can pair with a traditional healer in a 3-2. There is some Titan utility here. Two of these do minus defense, but there's so many purple heroes that do regular minus defense. This may be somebody you consider if you're really big into the Mythic Titans or need help on the Blue Titans day to day. I mean, he's older, his stats are a bit dated, but he does give the crit chance. But in all honesty, the more important components for attacking a Blue Titan are going to be Tarlak, Franz, and then on the regular Titan having a high total of minus defense, usually via elemental and regular defense. And then you might have Ratatasker or Gregorian in there as well. But yeah, he is good at the Blue Titan, and especially the Mythic, where the Blue Mythic is immune to minus defense. So I do know a few people that actually are going to pick him up because they have most of the things on the bottom and they don't have him. Russell, again, not particularly exciting to me. There's just too big of a gap between the first row and the second row. Like I said, if you have 12 or 13, I'd rather save up for one really good hero than take it on someone who's average or mediocre. Now, Vela is good, but she's also in the Fated Summon. The Fated Summon is the free hero you get to pick after you do 100 summons, and that lasts 6 months. So if you really want Vela, I would probably just take her from the Fated Summon. I think she's in there. I can double check that real quick. Yeah, so Vela's in there. I'd get her there. I wouldn't... If you're low on heroes, I wouldn't burn the heroes there. So I'm going to go back and reselect these so that they're highlighted again. I like them. Like being able to see the color and it looks better. So just quickly going through. I already unlocked them. The ones I'm going to trade in if I need all 20. So this is a big one for 15. This is a key rush hero. He typically plays flank to Alfric and rush, but could also play tank depending on what your flanks are in rush. And he's popular on offense if you have high enough troops to get no FOD to 9 tile him. So, yeah, that's a good value for 15. He is slow, but he has utility in a lot of things like the tower. And, you know, if you're trying to autoplay levels that maybe are kind of difficult to autoplay, but Rush's specialty, probably paired with no FOD or Grimble. You know, he has a lot of utility in regular wars too, though. This is a decent rush hero. I've seen you can use her potentially in regular war too. Phaline's just so much better overall, unless you need this specific dispel for something in particular. Cristobal, I've always kind of not liked Cristobal. I thought he's been a little bit overrated, basically, since release. But if you need a green hero, he's not terrible. You can definitely work him into some decent teams. This is Saoirse, Saoirse. I'm not good at pronouncing. We do have utility here in the minus defense, so you might want her for that type of role. For me, Sun from the War of Three Kingdoms is a 4-star. It's cheaper to invest in her, and I use her on the Green Titans and Mythic Titans, so, but not bad. I mean, this middle row is solid all around. I really like Ludwig, and Cobalt's a really good hero. You know, Cobalt, the charge mechanics have downsides, particularly in rush and on just any generic defense, but they also have the upside in facing direct mana reduction, because it's not as impactful to them, because they can oftentimes still fire after they get mana cut, because they just go from like 1.8 to 1.6 or what, you know, like if a regular hero, they're never going to be able to fire after they get direct mana reduction under normal circumstances. And the charge heroes, the ninjas in particular, were very popular when Costume Double Lacey was running the world, and if Water Pipe takes over, these charge heroes will have impact as well. So middle row is not bad. I don't have any of them. The standouts to me would be Ludwig and Cobalt, in my personal opinion. But if you need one of these middle three and you want one of those middle three for whatever reason, they're not bad. They're definitely serviceable in their various ways. But again, I think there is generally, for most of these, some of these, there's a gap. Like Phaline, I think's better on offense. Emilio, I think, is better on offense. But let's get into the bottom row. So Alfric's still the rush queen. She plays tank in rush and is a pretty solid tank for regular war. Yeah, I mean, everybody knows what Alfric is at this point. She's I wouldn't go as far as say a rush specialist, because there's ways that you can charge her faster with Grimble or Nulfa and Ludwig type setups. But everyone who plays this game knows who Alfric is. It's probably the most like notorious hero potentially in the entire game. So I'm sure there's a lot of people happy. I do already have an Alfric and then another one at 1/1. So I won't be taking a third. Phaline's a great hit all, high damage. This little passive, I love this passive to cleanse himself. So yeah, very good. Very good choice. I'm low on fast hit 3 yellow heroes. I don't have a lot. So if there weren't better offerings, I would even consider taking a second one. But there's some good heroes here I don't have. I guess I don't have the middle row, and I don't have Frigg, Emilio, or Finley's costume. I do have regular Finley. So yeah, Frigg, she was a staple for a while. Still a good defensive option, not top tier anymore. But pretty solid, does minus defense, which has Titan utility. So definitely a good option. For me, it's going to be between Ludwig and Frigg, and I'll probably end up taking Ludwig. I have heard many people say they don't like Frigg as much on offense, but that's okay. I mean, she can still set up like Quenelle and El Nadaha and all that, but it's a good hero overall, still worth having, and I'm sure some people will take her that maybe have some of these other options already. Emilio, I think he's underrated. He's another circus hero again, like Phaline. Very solid overall. Kind of a weird special. You may have to build teams a little more around him, but to have the heal and the status immunity is a good support skill set to have, particularly at very fast. So a little bit underrated. If you're just hell-bent on getting a red, he's definitely solid, and I think everyone in this bottom row is worth ascending, just in a vacuum. And lastly, we have Costume Finley. A little bit of an upgrade, actually a significant upgrade from his regular version. Yeah, not much to say here. It's a good hero. He's not the terror that he once was when he came out initially, but still pretty good. And on offense, you know if the tank's going to make buffs, so you can plan for it on offense. Defense, it's a little harder. He's still decent on defense, but not top tier. And can be a powerful offensive tool if you're fighting an enemy with buffs. So yeah, that's the Finley costume. I don't know offhand if you get the regular with this. So just if you're wanting to take Finley costume, just, you know, check your line groups or your lines chat, or, you know, watch other content and check the forums. Make sure you get the regular, because I'd hate for someone to take this and then like not have Finley and then just have the costume and then can't use it because they don't have the regular. I would assume the regular comes with it, but definitely make sure of that before. And I've never taken the costume from Soul Exchange, so I don't know. I would assume, but always double check since it's only 4 times a year and you want to be absolutely sure. So that's my quick overview. Like I said, I have the whole top row. I have none in the middle, and then in the bottom row I have 2 Alfrics and 1 Phaline. So for me, it's between Frigg and Ludwig. And since a green hero in Season 5 came out, that oddly hasn't been featured yet, but is out, that's similar to Frigg, I'll probably take Ludwig because there's no real substitute for Ludwig. But it's a fun time in the game. Think through your selections, and I hope you all enjoy. And I hope this helps you decide if you hadn't already decided. Thanks for watching.